I want to invite you into a reflection exercise. Whether you're driving, whether you're walking, whether you're sitting on your chair, I want you to just take a moment, either after you've watched this video or even right now while you're watching it, and take out a piece of paper and do a self-evaluation exercise as a part of what I want to share with you today. This is a SWOT analysis. SWOT, used in a variety of ways to do a quick snapshot of someone or some group of people's current reality based on their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And I'm going to do this SWOT on myself and offer it for you to do it on yourself. So we're not talking about doing a SWOT analysis for somebody else or with somebody else. I am wanting you to pause. If this can be helpful for you, to pause and do this on yourself for the purpose of greater awareness, for the purpose of seeing once again what God is doing in your life and what needs to be adjusted, and how you can even make a greater contribution in the work that He has called you to. So let's go through it. And if you take up my challenge to do this on yourself, to sit down with a journal and answer some of these questions for yourself, I think you'll be a better person because of it. I did it on myself, and now I offer it up to you. And I want to share some of the things that I saw as I went through these questions. So do it for yourself now, or you can just listen to my story and then do it on yourself later. So strengths. Here's a question that you could ask yourself, that I've asked myself. What are my assets, my gifts, and my strengths? In my case, one of the realizations was that this is one of my strengths: speaking, communicating, sharing ideas, helping leaders grow and do a better job at the leadership tasks that they're doing. And in particular, I know that I have strengths and have been given some gifts to help transitional pastors, leaders, coaches work with congregations. So that to me is a strength. For you, what is some of those identifiable strengths, talents, competencies that you've developed over many years? Just list them out. Take a few minutes and just highlight what are your assets, what are your gifts, what are your strengths. Second question, weaknesses or challenges. So I asked myself this question. So what weakness in me do I need to address? Am I noticing anything? And as I paused and thought about this, one of the things that is, I believe, a weakness that I'm working on is I take on too much. I try to accomplish too much in too short a time. I have too many yeses without complimentary no's. So that's something that I'm aware of. And so when another opportunity comes along, I love starting things. I like starting new projects and taking ideas and turning them into something. But that's a weakness when I try to do too many things at once. So that's good awareness for me. For you, what weakness or what challenge area of your life do you need to address and do some work on? Write that down, reflect on that, and ask God to give you some insight on these questions as well. So that's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities. And the question here is, what resources, people, or situations could help me move forward? So I'm asking it for myself. And what's coming to mind is that some of the people that are actually listening to this video are the people that I need to continue to build stronger, more strategic relationships and partnerships, because I've learned over the years that I'm so much stronger when I work together in team. Transitional Leadership Network is a case in point. This is not a one-man operation. It's not a solo entrepreneur ministry. It is a team. We are working together, and I'm trying to cultivate bringing other people on the team that have complementary strengths. So the opportunity is not only to work with the people that I have already identified, but to look for other people that I can partner with. And the same may be true for you. What the question for you is, what are the resources, the people, the situations that will help you develop and grow and move forward? Are they people? Is it a resource you need to tap into? What is that for you that will help you move forward? What's the opportunity that's right in front of you? Then the third area, and the third question, is this area of threats. Oftentimes, we find our threats by looking at our strengths. And the question there is, what situations left unattended might derail your plans? And I think in my case, what came to mind was, if I don't prioritize the ideas that keep popping into my head and the projects I want to start, then the plans that need to be brought to fruition to that end of the runway, not get stalled out by the time they get to the end of the runway, that will derail my plans if I take on too much and start new things before I've finished some of the old things that I'm not supposed to let go of yet. So how about for you? What situation in your life, maybe it's a health situation, maybe it's a lack of connection, maybe it's another situation left unattended, will derail your plans. Maybe it's an emotional health or your spiritual vitality, or any number of things can derail us if we don't pay attention to. So I offer this up to you as a gift for your own reflection and self-evaluation, so that you can continue to stay in line and in track with what God is doing in you and what he wants to do through you. And this is a conversation that you could have with the leaders that you work with. But I always say, if it doesn't work at home, or I heard a friend of mine used to say this, if it doesn't work at home, don't export it. So I'm saying to you, this is something I'm using at home, and I'm also exporting it. So take this, try it on, see what emerges, see what surprises you, see what you learn. And I'd love to hear how that process goes. What shows up for you? What are you seeing as you spend a few minutes doing your own SWOT analysis for the purpose of being all that you can possibly be for Jesus, as you follow him and do his work in the field that you're planted in? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, and let me know how this process works for you and what surprises show up for you.